A couple weeks ago, I had a chance to attend a barbecue masterclass hosted by Weber Grills. We cooked on a bunch of different Weber products and learned how to do things like brisket, ribs. One of those instructors was Tuffy Stone. Now, if you don't know who Tuffy Stone is, he is an absolute legend in the barbecue world. He made a name for himself on the competitive barbecue circuit. Now he's got cookbooks, spices, sauces. My favorite session was on pork ribs. Tuffy shared his tips and tricks, and he made these ribs on Weber's pellet cooker, the Searwood. Now we got one a couple weeks ago, so today I'm gonna share all these tips and tricks with you and show you how to make the best ribs at home. To start, I've got 2 racks of pork back ribs. One of the tips that Tuffy shared during the class was when you shop for these at the store, try to buy individually wrapped ribs so you can see exactly what the rack looks like. So like this one, for example, you can see it's a nice and meaty rack. You've got all this beautiful marbling in the meat, so you know it's going to be delicious. Same with this one. If you buy a 2-pack or a 3-pack, you don't really know what's inside. This way you get a much better look at the ribs. Let's get these guys out of the packaging. First things first, I'm gonna pat these guys dry. This just makes it easier to work with. They're not gonna be sliding around. So wipe the bone side, wipe down the meat side. Next up, I'm gonna trim these guys up just a little bit. There's not much that we have to do. If you see any pieces that are sticking out like this, I'm just gonna cut all this off because this will just burn off on the smoker. That's pretty much it. This is looking good. This top is nice and clean. There's a little bit of fat on this side, which is fine. We're gonna leave that as is. Next, I'm gonna remove the membrane. Now, if you remember some of my other rib videos, I like to actually leave the membrane on when cooking these ribs on my offset or on the Big Green Egg. However, on the pellet cooker, it's a little different type of heat and the membrane doesn't come out as crispy if you leave it on. So for this application, if you're making these on a pellet cooker, remove the membrane and your ribs will be much better. The easiest way to remove this membrane is just go about halfway down the rack, pry it up here right above the bone, and then just slowly lift it up, okay? Work your fingers right in there. Now press down here, and now watch this. It'll just come right off, okay? Membrane is off. Now this is gonna get chewy on the pellet grill, so that's why it's best to remove it. Next up, we're gonna season up our racks, and I'm gonna go with a combo of my sweet barbecue rub to give it that nice sweetness, and my all-purpose rub to kind of balance everything out. Another tip that Tuffy shared is start to season on the bone side first. Since the meat side is our presentation, you want that to look nice and pretty when it's done. We're gonna season the bone side first. I'm also not gonna use any binders because we're gonna let these ribs sit for about 45 minutes after they're seasoned, which will give plenty of time for that seasoning to start to get absorbed. The ribs are gonna sweat out, and no binders are needed. So we're gonna go with the sweet rub first. Just a nice even layer on the bone side. I'm just gonna gently press that in. Okay, and get the edge here as well. And next I'm gonna go with my all-purpose rub, about the same amount. So this has more of that salt, pepper, smoked paprika flavor, more of those classic barbecue spices, which pairs really well with my sweet rub. Pick it up, shake off any excess, and flip them over meat side up. Our sweet barbecue rub first, and we'll finish with the all-purpose rub. Press that in. I've made these ribs a few times after that class, and they turn out so good. And it's such an easy recipe, easy method. They also cook much quicker than regular ribs, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. Now, this is a very important part. After you season your ribs, I'm gonna let them sit at room temperature on a countertop for about 45 minutes. This will again allow the ribs to sweat out. That seasoning will start to get absorbed into the meats. I'm gonna leave these guys here and we'll go fire up the smoker. So for this cook, we are using the Weber Searwood. I have it preset to 275 degrees. That's gonna be my cooking temperature for the duration of the cook. So I'm gonna let this thing get up to temperature and then we'll put the ribs on. All right, grill is up to temperature. My ribs have been sitting for about an hour and they are looking great. Look at this, nice and glistening. So let's get these guys on. So again, we are at 275 degrees, directly on the grate here. Close the lid and let them cook. Ribs have been on for 2 hours and check these guys out. They are looking amazing. Look at this beautiful color on the outside. These bones are starting to peek out. And so the only thing that I did is every hour, I was just kind of dabbing on a little bit melted butter. So normally I spritz with apple cider vinegar, but Tuffy suggested using butter, not so much spreading it around, just kind of gently dabbing it on so you don't rub off the seasoning. And these are looking great. That butter just provides additional fat and moisture, and these ribs are glistening and looking really, really nice. I'm gonna leave these on probably for another 45 minutes or so. So the first part of the cook, 275 degrees, is around 2.5 hours. And I'm looking for an internal temperature of right around 170, 175. After that, we're gonna wrap them up and continue on. All right, so it's been about 2.5 hours, and now it's time to wrap our ribs. I've got my foil ready, so I'm gonna go bone side down first. And similar to the grill, I'm just gonna drizzle on a little bit more butter right on top. We'll go with just a little bit more of the sweet rub. Tiny bit of brown sugar. And here's another trick from Tuffy. I'm gonna go with just a little bit of cayenne pepper right on top. So we have a lot of sugar, we have the sweet rub, we've got the brown sugar, and the cayenne is just gonna balance everything out. Now, it's spicy, so you don't need a lot, just a couple gentle taps right over the top of these ribs. Okay, that's all that we need, okay? Just a little bit. You don't want to make them spicy, you just want to add enough heat to balance out all the sugar and sweetness. Okay, now I'm gonna flip these over, and we're gonna repeat the process. So again, a little butter, a little more sweet rub, a little brown sugar, and a tiny bit of cayenne. Now I'm gonna wrap these up. I'm gonna fold over the sides. Just be careful so the bones don't puncture your foil. Okay, just like that. So these are gonna go back on the smoker, bone side up, meat side down for another hour, and cooking in this foil is gonna get them super tender and perfect. The last part of the cook is to prep our barbecue sauce, and there's also a couple tips on how to make that better. So my base is going to be Tuffy Stone's original barbecue sauce, since that's who led the class and who I got my tips from. So I'm gonna put this into my saucepan. So about a half a cup, 3/4 cup or so. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of honey to my barbecue sauce. This is gonna give the ribs that nice kind of glossy shine when they're done. You don't need much, just a little bit, so maybe 2 tablespoons. And finally, I'm gonna add some more of my sweet barbecue rub. Anytime that you're making your sauces, I like to add the seasoning that I used on my proteins to kind of help bring it all together. Now I'm gonna mix all this together, and I'm gonna warm this sauce up. That makes it easier to spread and apply on my ribs, and then we'll brush this on and finish them off. All right, ribs have been on for an hour in the wrap, so they should be nice and tender. And now we can apply our sauce. So what I like to do is we're gonna open up the foil right here on the grill. Ooh, look at that. Look at these bones. Look how tender these guys are. Oh, wow. Nice and bendy. So I'm gonna flip the meat side up. We're gonna roll up the foil to make a little boat, just to help keep everything in one place. Turn these around. Wow, look at these bones. So now I've got my warmed up sauce, and all I'm gonna do, dab this on to cover that outside with our sauce. And you don't need a whole lot of it. I'm gonna serve more of it on the side. This is just to give those ribs a little extra flavor. I'm telling you guys, after I learned this method from Tuffy and I tried it, these are the best ribs I've ever made. It's so easy, only takes a couple hours, and they come out great. So now I'm gonna close the lid and leave that on for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, no more. You don't want the sauce to overset. I'm just gonna leave it enough so it gets nice and sticky, and our ribs will be ready. All right, these guys are done. And check these out. Now, as much as I really want to dig into them right now, we have to let them rest. I'm just going to let them sit uncovered for about 10-15 minutes. It's going to stop the cooking process, kind of redistribute all the juices inside, just like it would with any other protein, and then we can finally try them out. All right, ribs have rested, and check these out. They look absolutely amazing. Beautiful color on the outside. You get these bones peeking out. Look at that. They feel nice and tender. Still holding up their shape, not falling apart. So let's try it out. Break them right down the middle. Look at that. Here we go. No cutting needed. We're just splitting the bones right by hand. I mean, that is wow. Oh yeah. They are super tender. They're coming nice and clean off the bone, but again, not falling apart. And they are just so flavorful. Wow. Nice and sweet, but not too sweet. You get a very tiny hint of that heat of that cayenne pepper, but again, not much. It's super well balanced. And they are just, I mean, look at that. Wow, this is hands down my new favorite way of making ribs. Tender, flavorful, little sweet, little savory. Total cook time, 2.5 hours on the rack, 275 degrees, 1 hour in the wrap, and then about 15 minutes with the sauce. That's it, super easy. These were baby back ribs. If you were doing spare ribs, on the other hand, those are more fatty, have a little less meat, and they will require a little bit more time. So I would add maybe half an hour on the rack and a half an hour in the wrap to get them to this level here. But yeah, these are, look at that. And these are absolutely amazing. Wow. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. They're so good. So good.